Homecoming week continues. Tonight, the Lake Orion Dragons welcome in the Maples from Birmingham Seaholm. We've got it all for you here on Orion Neighborhood Television. Pregame is underwritten by Malash's Palace, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. The Malash family has been serving Orion's automotive needs since the 1960s. Stop by or give them a call at 248-393-2222. Good evening, everyone. I'm Doug Corliss, along with Chris Fritching. It's week 9. As we said, the Dragons welcome in the Birmingham Seaholm Maples. It's been a tough year for both teams. The Dragons are 2-6 coming into tonight, and the Maples are at 1-7. And Chris, even though it's been a tough year for both teams, after an 0-3 start, the Dragons can come to 500 for the second half of the season with a win tonight.
Yeah, it has been a tough season, certainly for both teams. But Lake Orion's played better this second half of the season. It's going to be a tough and physical game tonight when it's all said and done. Lake Orion's coming off a game last week. They lost 17-9 to their rival Clarkston. Clarkston's 6-2. Lake Orion had a chance to tie the game with under 4 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. So, they played Clarkston very physical, very tough. And so, while the record doesn't necessarily indicate the season that they have, 2-6, they've been playing better over the course of the second half. Coach Blackstock always been preaching all year about this team plays hard, this team plays physical. He loves the way they practice. He loves their mentality and their attitude. And that's only going to carry into the game tonight. They want to send the seniors off on a high note. They want to send the rest of the program off on a high note to build into the offseason.
Like you just said, psychologically, this is a big game because, number one, your seniors go out with a win. Your juniors look at a last game win, something to build on for next year.
Absolutely, and that's what this is all about. That's been the build-up all week long. Once they found out who they were playing in the crossover after last week, that's been the build-up all week long. Obviously, you want to go out and win every football game. Certainly, you want to win it. We'll talk more about homecoming later on. You want to win it on your homecoming as well.
Seaholm comes in, as we said, at 1-7, and their one win was in week 2, but that's not indicative of the way they've played because they've played some really good teams really tough.
They have, and they've lost 7 games, but they've lost 4 of those games by a total of 7 points. 2-2-2-1. And last week they played Birmingham Groves, their arch rival. They lost 35-33. Birmingham Groves is 7-1. They're playing in a big game tonight. So that you're right. This records certainly aren't indicative. For Seaholm, those games could have gone either way. They just didn't happen to fall their way this week. So they're a physical team. They run the ball well. They've got a number of playmakers on their team, and so I expect to be, again, like I said earlier, a physical, tough battle tonight.
In the red division, Adams and West Bloomfield are going to share the division crown. The red division is going to send 4 of the 8 teams into the state playoffs. This has just been another dog-eat-dog year for the OAA Red.
It just shows you, as we've known for many, many years, that you've got to be on your best week in, week out to play in the OAA Red. You've got to have luck on your side. You've got to go through with minimal injuries. You've got to have the ball bounce your way. There's a number of things that factor into winning games in the OAA Red. And unfortunately for Lake Orion and Seaholm this year, and not that Seaholm's in the red, but unfortunately for Lake Orion, they've played a quality schedule, 4 teams going to the second season, if you will. And so when it's all said and done, the high school football season is a grind. But I'm hoping the staff, I'm hoping the players have appreciated the process, and knowing that when it's all said and done, they're going to be much better for having experienced the highs and lows throughout the season in the long run. So that's when it's all said and done is what high school sports is all about. Maybe you don't go out and win every game. Maybe you don't go out and win every title or every championship. But the value of high school sports and the game of football that the Lake Orion coaching staff is presenting to the kids that are playing this game, that's invaluable. That's going to take them for a long time.
It seems like only yesterday we were up here for our Week 2 game. Now the season draws to a close. It's homecoming, it's Birmingham Seaholm in Lake Orion, and we've got it all for you. Stay with us. Pre-game has been underwritten by Molossus Palace, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. The Molosh family has been serving Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1960s. Stop by or give them a call at 248-393-2222.
ONTV's sports coverage is underwritten by Molossus Palace, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Molossus Palace has been serving Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1960s. Give them a call at 248-393-2222 for more information. Jets Pizza, with 2 convenient locations in the Orion area. Jets Pizza has been a proud supporter of ONTV since 2009. Classic Lanes, your home for family fun and entertainment in Rochester Hills. Their 32-lane facility offers state-of-the-art bowling equipment for both league and recreational bowlers. Check them out at myclassiclanes.com. And by Lakes Community Credit Union. The not-for-profit institution has been providing financial services to the Oakland County area since 1937. Give them a call at 248-814-4003 for more information.
Just before kickoff of the final game of 2017, the Dragons welcome in the Maples of Birmingham Seaholm. Seaholm is coached by head coach Jim DeWald. He is 45-55 overall in 2016. The Maples went 3-6, 2-4 in their division. In the series, Lake Orion leads the series 4-1. They first played in 1994, and Lake Orion won in 94, 98, 99, and 2016. Birmingham Seaholm won in 1995. Chris, you've got your keys to the game.
I think we could probably say this every single game, but I really believe it too. I mean, tonight, Lake Orion's rush defense got to stop the run. That's what Seaholm does well. They rush for 194 yards a game. But that's also Lake Orion's defensive strength. They give up only 98 yards a game. So Seaholm runs a lot of triple option, veer, or heavy run emphasis, but with multiple looks. So the emphasis all week long for the Dragons has been, defensively it is, has been watching game film, picking up tendencies, reading their keys. If they're good at recognizing their keys and the different tendencies that they've seen and that Seaholm runs, that plays into Lake Orion's defensive strength. So number one, certainly stop the run, stop the dive play, coming off that veer, that option. Number two, will we see some more offensive balance out of Lake Orion? They pretty successful last week in throwing the ball. Blaze Lauer was 14 of 19 for 127 yards in the air. Drew Van Heck had 7 catches for 76 yards. So that was a part of the game that we have not seen a lot of this year. And to Lake Orion's defense, or offense, that's one of the things that they did well last week. So we'll check out that balance tonight. And then, third, it's not necessarily an on-the-field activity, but the festivities all week long, homecoming, and does that have an effect on a game? It certainly can if you allow it to. The Powder Puff game last night, the parade and the pep rally and stuff, all those things can factor into how a team comes out. If they get too high with that stuff, that could have an effect on the way they approach the game. I don't think that's going to be an issue, but we've got to be aware of it no matter who you are. So I think the staff has been around long enough to be able to say, you know what, we're here for this game. This is homecoming. This is why we're here at homecoming, because they want to come see our football game tonight. We want to put on a good show.
Cheerleaders are masked up underneath the Go Dragons banner. The band breaks into the fight song, and the Dragons take the field. There is some twists between Birmingham, Seaholm, and Lake Orion. They have an intertwined coaching tree. Doug Frazier, who was the head coach here in the 1980s, left and went to Birmingham Seaholm in 1987 as the head coach. Later on in his tenure there, one of his assistant coaches was a young graduate student named Chris Bell. When Coach Bell got the head coaching job at Lake Orion in 1998, the special teams coach at the time, Bobby Carlson, went to Birmingham Seaholm as the head coach, and taking over for Coach Carlson here was a young gentleman out of Central Michigan named John Blackstock, who is our head coach tonight. So there's a little bit of familiarity in the coaching lineage between these two teams. The band masses up. Director of Bands Michael Steele takes the podium, and we will pause for our national anthem.
Welcome to the podium, Lake Orion High School Director of Bands, Michael Steele, as he leads the combined Lake Orion 8th grade bands and the Dragon Marching Band in these five single banners.
First quarter of action tonight is brought to you by Jets Pizza. Jets Pizza with 2 convenient locations in the Orion area. Proud supporters of Orion Neighborhood Television since 2009. We will also remind you that this presentation is brought to you by the Lake Orion High School Dragon Broadcasting Program in partnership with Orion Neighborhood Television. Live streams of games will be available all season long at www.dragonbroadcasting.org. 50% of all proceeds go back into the award-winning video program here at Lake Orion High School. Orion Neighborhood Television thanks our student crews for their hard work and dedication in bringing Dragon sports to the world. Birmingham Seaholm will receive the opening kickoff. Deep for them looks like number 4, Vaughn Carmen. And kicking off for the Dragons is number 39, Parker Blust. Slight delay. I think they're waiting for the band to get settled. Referee blows the whistle, I hope. Parker approaches, and we're underway. Line drive kick hits on about the 8 and goes into the end zone, where Seaholm will take over 1st and 10. Our officials for tonight's game, the referee is David Klein. Gary Wagenschutz is the head linesman. Mark Richer is the line judge. Ken Stefanski is the umpire. And Richard Massa is the back judge. 1st and 10 for Seaholm on the 20-yard line. Seaholm comes out, wide out each side, single back in the backfield. Quarterback is Joel Mitchell. He's a big one. Hands off up the middle, and it's stuffed right at the line of scrimmage.
Jordan Lewis in on the stop. They run a little trap play, a little reverse pivot by Mitchell, and met immediately for actually a 1-yard loss.
1-yard loss, 2nd and 11. Little mix-up in the backfield. Mitchell went to hand the ball off and had nobody to hand it to, and he brought it forward for no gain. It'll be 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, the dive back went the opposite way of Mitchell, and Barton was coming around in motion, and Mitchell just decided to keep it and get back to the original line of scrimmage.
So 3rd and 11 from the 19, 4 wideouts and a single back in the backfield. Mitchell throws out on the flat, caught and dropped immediately is number 35, Ben Barton.
Great pursuit by the Dragons that time. Isaac Kinney, Chad Doland in on the stop. Well done. Short of the 1st down, forcing the Maples to punt.
Can't get a look at who their punter is. It's a high snap. High kick. Taken on the 41, brought up field, got an opening. Down the 40 to 30 and brought down at the 25-yard line was number 4, Matt Freeman. So good punt return after a 3-and-out by Seaholm, and Dragons will take over 1st and 10 on the Seaholm 25-yard line.
Yeah, real nice return by Freeman. He came into the game averaging just over 6.9 yards a punt return. That certainly is going to improve his average there.
So Dragons take over. Blaze Lowers, the quarterback, I formation in the backfield. Hand off to the tailback, Dylan Frank, and he's inside the 20 down to the 18. Good hard run up the middle.
Yeah, churning, spinning. Dylan comes into the game 673 yards on the ground, averaging 5.1 yards a carry. Look at just following his wall of Dragons, and then he runs into number 34, Chase Mentag, spins off him, and he ends up bringing Julian Norton along with him for the ride.
2nd and 3, Twins to the left, single wide out to the right, I formation in the backfield. And we have a stoppage of play. We have a procedure penalty against the Dragons. It was thrown by the head linesman, so that'll back them up 5. It'll make it 2nd and 8.
Again, a penalty that we've talked about quite a bit this year. A penalty that that's one of those unforced errors, if you will. Can't do that to yourself.
It can be a drive killer. So 2nd and 8, the ball is marked on the 23-yard line. Twins to the left. John Haggett to the right.
Both guys open in the
Lauer
flat.
Throws complete out on the far side. completed. Casey Stronach, number 17, on the reception.
Kobe Manzo out of the backfield was also open on that play. They two backs in 2 layers, the underneath route and then the intermediate route. Completed a nice ball to Stronach for a first down.
Good to see Kobe Manzo back in the lineup. He's missed a few games with a leg injury. Dylan Frank up the middle. He's down to the 5. Brought down by the middle of the Seaholm line.
Dylan Frank is he's a tank.
He is a load to bring down. This time they go twins right and stay in the I formation. Toss back.
Why not? Why not? Nobody there.
Dylan down to the 2.
Wow. Nice tackle by Mentag there at the inside the 2-yard line. I thought for sure Frank had the edge. But number 34, Chase Mentag, does a nice job of wrapping up Frank.
What a heads-up play by Ben Gardner, who was trying to get a block and was coming in at the back of the Seaholm defender and wisely backed off, did not make contact. So it's 1st and goal from the 1. Dylan Frank up the middle, touchdown, Lake Orion Dragons. Just like that. "25 yards in 6 plays. Kobe Manzo on the lead block, but he really wasn't needed because the front of the offensive line just cleared a path. Parker Blust in for the extra point, plays Lauer holding. Spot is down, kick is up, the kick is good. 7:49 left here in the first quarter. Dragons take a 7-0 lead. DVD copies can be purchased by calling ONTV at 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060. For only $10, you can get a copy of not only this game, but any game or program in our broadcast vault. That's DVD copies at 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060. Dragons made it look easy on the opening drive.
Well, it all started by the defense setting the tone, too. I mean, they got a 3-and-out and decent field position off the Freeman punt return. And you know what? That's what you need to do to start a football game.
Parker kicks it off. High end over end kick into the end zone. And Seaholm will start 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So, I mean, here in the first 4 minutes and 11 seconds, you've seen 3 areas, defense, offense, special teams, do their job.
Yep.
That's all you can ask for.
We'll also tell you that once again, replays for this game are sponsored by Jets Pizza. Jets Pizza with 2 convenient locations in the Orion area. Proud supporters of ONTV since 2009. 2 wideouts. 2 players on the wings and a single back in the backfield. Mitchell works out of the pistol, toss back around the 20, up to 25 to 30, and run out of bounds is number 21, Max Shoemaker. He got the corner.
You got to watch out for Shoemaker because he comes into the night's game only 11 carries, but he's averaging 13.4 yards a carry. And he certainly got well more than that in that run there. So, well, just about average, I should say. I'm sorry.
Good play fake by Mitchell on that one.
It was, and they run that well. So, got to be able to, hopefully it was simulated well this week in practice for the scout team. And they'll run more of that. I guarantee you will see that.
So 1st and 10 for Seaholm. Mitchell drops to throw, looks, throws. Incomplete over toward the Seaholm sideline. It'll be second down. I was watching Mitchell in pregame. He has got a nice touch on his throws. He's a big kid.
He's a big kid. He's averaging, or I'm sorry, not averaging. He's completed about 63% of his balls too. So, you know, a lot, like I said earlier, there's a lot of tendencies that Lake Orion was able to pick up on film, and but when they do throw the ball, you know, Mitchell does do a nice job of completing balls.
So that'll make it 2nd and 10. Inside handoff up the middle. Down to the 40 and the 30 goes number 34, Chase Mentag.
The one thing the defensive coaches stressed all week long, stop the dive. Stop the dive. And that's exactly what you saw right here. There's a dive, and there's nobody in the middle.
Yeah.
And Mentag's off to the races. Great angle by Chad Dolan there to knock him out of, or close to out of bounds and make the tackle. But they've got to stop dive first. Everything else defensively revolves around that.
1st and 10. And we have a stoppage in play. I don't know what it is about. Handoff around the right side. He's free to the 5. Into the end zone is number 5, Nick Lang, for the Seaholm touchdown. Let's go down to the sidelines and our side. Oh, not yet. We'll go down to Kevin later.
That was a quick drive.
27-yard run. 80 yards in 4 plays. Number 18 or 16, Olivia Graham, is the kicker. Holder is number 17, Shane Gunther. Hold is down, kick is up. And the kick is good, and there is going to be a foul for roughing the kicker after the play. Somebody came in and decided they'd greet the place kicker a little unfairly. So that'll be marked off on the kickoff, and that was a very silly penalty. So with 6:58 left here in the first quarter, we're tied at 7. And Seaholm will kick off from the Lake Orion 45.
You know, nice little counter play, that little dive, the fake for the dive to one side, the counter back coming back the other way, and Nick Lang gets into the end zone. And so that's one thing that Lake Orion defensively is going to have to watch. There's 3 or 4 different guys that we've mentioned already that have carried the ball for nice games. And I'm not going to say they're the Adams red-headed monster, or the 3-step-headed monster, I should say, but they've got guys that can carry the ball and run it hard and well.
Number 20, Scott Simon, puts a foot into it and kicks it into the end zone, and the Dragons will start 1st and 10 on the 20. Let's go down to the sideline. Here's Kevin McCormick.
Yeah, guys, down here on the field, that last touchdown, that was a double tight end formation. And last week at Clarkston, that was a really effective formation to move the offense down the field. And you see that it helped us score a touchdown. So I think you're going to see that double tight end formation a lot tonight because it really works for the team. So we'll see how it pans out. Back up to you.
Thanks, Kev. 1st and 10 for the Dragons. Dylan Frank on the handoff up the middle. Gets about 5 they're going to give him. Blaze gets the play from Coach Fisher, brings it in. Be 2nd and 5. Ball's marked on the 25-yard line. Twins left, I formation. Blaze rolls, looks, throws, incomplete. Good hit by number 5, Nick Lang, on Casey Stronach. Got there at the same time the ball did.
Yeah, it was a good break on the ball by Lang because Stronach was open, no question, and but timed it well, knocked the ball out. Big third and 5 early on for Lake Orion.
3rd and 5 for the Dragons. They come out Twins to the right. Blaze back to throw, rolls out to his right. He's going to run for it, and he's going to be about a yard short of the first down. Number 58, Carter Stagner, in on the tackle.
Got initial pressure by Carl Stagner. And Scott Simon
caught him
ended
by
up
the
making
ankle.
the open field tackle, but it was the pressure by Stagner that forced Lauer out of the pocket.
Dragons will punt it away. Parker Blust in punt formation. End over end kick, hits at the 40, takes a Lake Orion bounce down to about the 31-yard line, where Seaholm will take over. 1st and 10. Larry Buss and the crew at Jets Pizza, located at 1091 South Lapeer Road, have been a proud supporter of Orion Neighborhood Television and Dragon Athletics since 2009. Jets supplies catering for the cast and the crew. Thank you, Larry, for your continued support. Give them a call at 248-814-7559. So Seaholm on their 3rd drive of the game. Mitchell lines up in the pistol. He's going to run with it. He breaks a few tackles and gets a gain of about 7 out to the 37-yard line.
A lot of misdirection. You see guys going in motion one way, you get counter back the other way, reverse pivot this way. I mean, there's a lot of moving pieces there, and that's really what we talked about at the outset, making sure that Lake Orion was good enough in film this week to be able to understand their keys, notice the tendencies, notice the down and distance, and so forth.
Mm-hmm. Mitchell waiting for the snap. Toss back. Brought down about the 40. He's going to be close to the first down. It was Nick Lang on the carry.
Great fake there. Mitchell ends up pulling out and pitching it to Lang, and Kinney and
Sam
looked like
Kenyon.
Manzo.
Yeah.
On the stop.
So 1st and 10 for Seaholm. Lang in motion, and we've got a stoppage in play. I think the referee is going to go over and have a talk with the band director about playing while the play is underway. They did a quick version of the fight song and didn't stop soon enough. So it's 1st and 10. Ball's marked on the 41. Number 7, Harley Rockhind splits out to the left. Mitchell on the keeper. He's going to get about 3. Stopped by
Tell you what, I feel bad for the dive back. The dive back has been tackled so many times tonight already, and he has not had the ball. So they're after that big long run earlier by Simon, they're doing a better job of tackling the dive back. They just got to make sure the dive back's got the football.
Hunter Lagerquist on the tackle. Pass out to the left flat, juggled and caught and held onto by Nick Lang for a good gain up over the 40 of Lake Orion down to the 39. That's the thing when you pitch it back, and Nick Lang did a great job of concentration to hold on to that ball.
Yeah, they like that swing route out of the backfield, and then it's just a matter of getting the, you're getting a guy like Lang in open space, and you've seen him twice now run the ball well, run the ball hard, and be very effective at what he does.
Toss back. Number 21, Max Shoemaker. He's going to get about 3. Moves the ball down to the 36-yard line. It'll be second down and 6. The scoreboard says 2nd and 7, so we'll use their figures. Two backs in the backfield. Mitchell again, and he's dropped, but he should be close enough for a first down, and it is. So Seaholm moving the ball very well. Just over 2 minutes left here in the opening quarter. We're tied at 7. Mitchell again. He gets about 2. Stopped by Isaac Kinney.
Yeah, Mitchell's doing a good job of reading, in terms of pulling that ball out from the dive back, and it's been effective this drive.
It has. It's a double wide, double wing formation. Mitchell again on the toss back. He's got an open back who takes it down. Number 20, Scott Simon on the run. He's down to the 5.
Mitchell, the way he's been running the ball lately, he's keeping them honest. He's waiting until the last minute, decides he's about to get hit. He's going to pitch it, and no one's on the pitch man. Someone's got to be on the pitch man. And Simon was able to carry for inside the 10-yard line for a first down.
So first and goal for Seaholm. Ball's marked on the 8. Motion again, Mitchell on the keeper, and he's brought down for minimal gain, maybe a yard.
And I don't care who you are. This type of offense is very difficult to simulate in practice.
It is, and it's like when we used to, when we were going to play a team that ran the wing T. Usually you just tell them tackle everything that moves.
Mm-hmm.
So second down and goal from the 7. A lot of misdirection. Mitchell throws, end zone, incomplete. Intended for number 4, Vaughn Carmen.
A penalty flag thrown on the far side of the field.
We'll check the flag out. Illegal shift on Seaholm, so that'll back him up 5. And we'll repeat second down. Yeah, when you play a team that does as much misdirection and you don't, so you've got no real way to scout it. So second down and goal from the 12 now. 4 wideouts for Seaholm. Motion this side. Handoff around the far end. And brought down is Max Shoemaker on the run. And it looked like Chris Cade just got a hold of a shoe and brought him down. And with that, this is going to be the last play of the first quarter. We've played 1 and we're tied at 7.
Go mobile with ONTV anytime. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on your mobile devices. Connect with ONTV to see what's happening in our studio, see upcoming events, and watch ONTV programs in high definition on demand. ONTV, working to bring Lake Orion to the world.
So a very quick and a very entertaining first quarter. Our first quarter was brought to you by Jets Pizza. Jets Pizza with 2 convenient locations in the Orion area. Proud supporters of Orion Neighborhood Television since 2009. So when we resume play, it will be 3rd down and goal from the 10. Both teams have moved the ball well.
I was thinking to myself, you'd be hard pressed to tell me, looking into this game, that one team's 2-6 and one team's 1-7.
No,
I mean, they're scratching and clawing and running hard. I mean, it's high school football. There's nothing like it.
They might say there's nothing to gain, but you know what? Like we said in the pregame, there is a huge pride factor out there tonight. So 3rd down and 10 for Seaholm. Mitchell's in the pistol. Goes to toss, fakes the toss back, looks, throws, caught, and down at the 2 is Chase Mentag. So it'll be 4th down and let's call it 3. The ball's marked on the 3.
Yeah, Chad Dolan in on the stop once again. Nice fake to the left. Mitchell rolls out. I thought he was going to run. There's a lot of green grass in front of him. He decides to throw to the fullback coming out of the backfield. Nice open field tackle by Dolan.
And Coach DeWalt has a decision to make, and he's made it. They're going for it. So here we go. 4th down and goal. And before we do, Seaholm is going to take a timeout. Be sure to tune in to replays of your favorite games right here on Orion Neighborhood Television. Tune in Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 1 p.m. for the most current games in our lineup. Games are also replayed throughout the week, so check our program guide on our webpage at ONTV.org for replay times that best fit your viewing schedule. Also, visit our YouTube link for games on demand at www.ONTV.org.
I'm looking down at the field during this timeout and even on the sidelines and the stands. And, Doug, there might be more cheerleaders on the sidelines on the track than there are. There's what looks like hundreds, which is great. And the fans, the Lake Orion fans over here, unbelievable. There's hardly you can't find a seat over here.
4th and 3. Handoff up the middle, and he's not going to get in. Gave it to Chris Mentag, and he was met.
Sokolowski, Isaac Kinney in on the stop. And that large Lake Orion crowd got to see a great fourth down stand. Beautiful job. Beautiful job.
So the Dragons will take over 1st and 10. The ball's marked on their own 4. They set up twins to the right. John Haggett split left. Manzo and Dylan Frank, and Frank gets the call. He's up over the 5. They're calling fumble. Seaholm's jumping up and down, and the officials agree with him. So Dylan Frank coughs it up, and the defense has to come right back out on the field.
That's Dylan's 4th fumble on the year.
Yeah, he was fighting for yardage.
Sometimes it's one of those things where, oh yeah.
Yeah, and it looked like number 34, Chase Mentag, knocked the ball out of his hand. He reached around to knock the ball out. So Seaholm sets up 1st and 10, trips to the left, and he tries taking it up the middle, and he stopped for no gain. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 5. If anything, he may have lost a yard. They've got the ball marked on the 6. So 2nd down. Coach DeWald is almost out to the numbers when he's calling the play in. Seaholm sets up twins to the left, trips to the right, empty backfield. Motion away. Little flare pass.
That's a great break on the ball.
Out to Nick Lang.
Tyler Vestrand saw that little swing route to the far side of the field, and Vestrand broke perfectly on the football. You can see him at the top of the screen right there. Unblocked. Nice open field tackle on Lang.
So 3rd down and goal. Little confusion in the huddle. And I think Seaholm's going to have to take another timeout.
I think it's important. You want to make sure your personnel is set up. You want to make sure your formation obviously is right, especially when you're down at the 5-yard line. You saw what happened last series for Seaholm, get stopped on 4th down at the 2-yard line. So I think it's important for Seaholm to get that timeout.
And that's on both sides too. You know, the Dragons have to know who's going to cover who. Coach Larson's in barking to the defensive line. And Coach Blackstock's still doing the defensive backs. So here we go, 3rd down and 5. It would be a huge hold for the Dragons. Double wing setup. And we have a flag. I think we may have had a motion penalty against Seaholm. Both the line judge and the head linesman threw the flags. So we'll check out and get the call from referee Dave Klein. And they're going to wave the flag off.
Interesting. Well, they had 2 guys moving.
2 guys in motion at the same time.
Good camera work there. That should have been not waved off. That should have been.
That's our sideline cameraman, Joe Johnson, bringing these quality shots. So 3rd down and 5 from the 5. Single wide out double wing look. Mitchell stays in the pistol. Mitchell rolls, looks, hit as he throws, intercepted.
Who was he throwing to?
Picked off. I'm trying to see who. Tyler Vestrand on the interception.
Interesting play call. They roll out to the short side of the field, and all the flow going one way. Mitchell rolls. He's getting pressured backside by Sokolowski, and there's 3 Dragon defenders right there. He's trying to.
He was being dragged down as he let go of the ball. He couldn't get anything on it. So here come the Dragons, first and 10.
2 great Dragon defensive stands.
2 wideouts, 2 tight ends, single back in the backfield. Dylan Frank on a run over the 25 up to the 28. It'll be second down. Oh, it's going to be first and 10 for the Dragons.
Yeah, that was a nice size hole for Dylan. You could see it up all the way up here. Did a great job. He's not even touched until he's 9 yards downfield.
So first and 10 from the 28. Motion this side. Dylan again, up to the 35, gain of 7. And this is what makes an offensive coordinator smile. When you've got second and short, it opens your playbook up a lot.
Look at this. Look at the surge. I mean, the push by the offensive line of Lake Orion. They're just getting off the ball and hitting some guys. As is he.
First down.
As is he. Dylan Frank.
Dylan again on the carry. And he knocked a couple people over on his way to a first down. Ball be marked on the 41-yard line. Just under 8 minutes left here in the first half. Dylan comes out for a rest.
Offensive line is just getting off the ball and staying engaged on their block. And they're driving the defensive line into the linebackers. Linebackers aren't able to make any plays.
2 wideouts. There goes Tyler Vestrand on the run. He gets maybe a yard. It'll bring up second down. They're going to call it 8. $7:15 left here in the second quarter. Dragons on the move. John Haggett split right. Manzo's the up back. Blaze rolling, looking, throwing, caught. First down, Dragons. Casey Storanek on the completion. It's another Dragon first down. Dylan Frank checks back in. Tyler checks out. Drew Van Heck split this way. Dylan off the right side. He's free down to the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown Lake Orion Dragons. 47 yards. And he got around the corner and was virtually untouched.
Great job of downfield distraction blocking, if you will, by John Haggett as well, about the 10-yard line. Dylan had a little hesitation in his gait, if you will, as he's running downfield, and John Haggett did a nice job of assisting that process. We call those touchdown blocks.
Parker's on for the extra point. Ball is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:18 left here in the first half. Dragons 14, Birmingham Seaholm 7. ONTV is getting ready to launch our brand new internet radio station. You can create your own podcast or show or sign up to become a DJ. For more information on the radio station, give us a call at 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060. And we just watched that replay, and they were diving at his feet and coming up with nothing. He almost high-stepped his way down the sideline.
I got to give credit to I'm going to say it again, Lake Orion offensive line. Oh, my gosh,
Yes.
They are just coming off the ball and making plays, and that's what enabled Dylan to get to the edge and get to the end zone.
Parker has the tees up, approaches, end over end kick into and out of the end zone. Seaholm will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. This has been an entertaining half.
Yeah, I'm watching, and this is the mentality that I know Coach Blackstock talks about when it comes to special teams. But that might seem like just a kick into the end zone, bring it out to the 20. But every single one of those kids on kickoff team, they wanted to see who was going to be first at the end zone. I mean, it's a challenge. It's a battle between them, and that's neat to see. The game within the game that makes playing this great game of high school football fun.
That's one of the things when you've got a good kicker is you're pretty sure it's going to go into the end zone every time. Seaholm takes over 1st and 10. Hand a flip back to Shoemaker, number 21. He's got a gain of 5 out to the 25. It'll be 2nd down.
Stop dive, okay, pulled out. Mitchell pulls out, pitches the ball to Shoemaker. Got tripped up. Very end, I can't tell who that was by. Chris Cade on the stop.
So 2nd down, handoff up the middle, gets very little. And that's one thing, and as an old wide receivers coach, I know you appreciate it, but your ends have to block without holding. So 3rd down, and we got a flag. This time they're going to call a motion penalty against Seaholm.
Seaholm tried to go quick with no huddle and get Lake Orion off guard. Well, they got themselves off guard because they weren't set for a full second illegal shift.
I think they had about 3 backs in motion. So that'll back them up 5. It takes them from a 3rd and 1 to a 3rd and 6. And the Dragons turned the penalty down because there was a loss on the play. So it's now going to be 4th and 4 for Seaholm. They're calling it 4th and 2, 4th and 3, and Seaholm's going to punt it away. Matt Freeman back for the Dragons. And it's a fake. And he's going to run a long time. Number 20, Scott Simon, the punter. The Dragons peeled back. I'm sorry, that was number 21, Max Shoemaker. The Dragons peeled back to cover the punt, and Shoemaker just took off. The ball's now spotted on the Dragon 45-yard line.
Yeah, poor angle on the edge outside, making sure you want to attack that. If you're on the edge on the outside, you want to attack that punter from the outside in. as opposed to the inside out, and that's what.
Toss back, and he's going to lose yardage. Number 5, Nick Lang on the carry. And Sam Kinney, among others, in on the tackle.
There was a lot of confusion before that. Going back to the punt, a lot of confusion kind of before that play. Is it decline? Is they going to go for it? Are they going to? Which team do we want on? Do we want our defense or our punt team on? So it could be one of those situations where you're just so worried about getting your punt team on, you kind of forget about the fact that they could do this over here. Yeah. They could punt fake, and Seaholm did a nice job of converting.
So 2nd down and 13 from the 48-yard line of Lake Orion. Seaholm lines up, trips to the left, single wide out to the right. Mitchell back.
Oh, boy.
Looking, rolling. Goes to throw, incomplete. Intended for number 3, Vaishnav Siddhapurti. I knew we were going to call his name sometime tonight.
Yeah,
I spent 2 days rehearsing how to say that.
I don't know. Certainly much easier to see what's happening up here, but Max Shoemaker, number 21 from the inside slot on the far side of the field, ran a post route, and he got on top of the Lake Orion defender. If Mitchell sees him, that's 6 points. He just didn't see him, obviously, and that was good for Lake Orion that he didn't see him.
So now it's 3rd and 13. Handoff, flip back to Mitchell, throws down the field, and incomplete. Intended eventually for number 5, Nick Lang, and it was a triple flip and pass by the quarterback.
I tell you what, they had 2 guys open that time too. Not only was Lang open,
ball was just put out a little high for him. So Freeman back to receive the punt. High kick, fair catch called for by Freeman. He'll take it on the 14, call it the 15-yard line, and the Dragons will take over 1st and 10. I think so far we've seen a little bit of everything in this game.
It's week 9. I mean, there's no tomorrow for either of these teams, unfortunately, and so, you don't have to worry about holding and reserving your trick plays. You just go out and play. Just go out and have fun. Pull some things out of the archives that you maybe haven't done in weeks or years, and go out and have fun.
Dylan Frank on the carry.
That's fun.
He's in the open. He's to the midfield. Let's watch him run. Touchdown, Lake Orion Dragons. Wow. 85 yards in one play. It was like the seas parted and nobody laid a hand on him. So, Parker Blust on for the point after. Blaze Lauer will hold. Ball's down, kick is up. The kick is good. 2:57 left in the second quarter. It's now 21-7 Lake Orion.
I tell you what, a lot of times we're seeing Dylan Frank running hard, running between the tackles, or running into guys, running guys over. He got in the open field that time, and he just turned it up another notch or two.
Nobody caught him.
I mean,
nobody was close to him.
Wow.
I mean, we're used to seeing him go between the tackles and, 5-7 yards a carry. Mm-hmm. He turned the Jets on.
He did.
So the Dragons will kick it off. Parker Blust has it teed up. And it looks like Shoemaker is back deep for Seaholm. Referee blows the whistle. Parker approaches. Line drive kick goes out of the end zone. They don't all have to be pretty kicks, but if they get out of the end zone, you've done your job. So Seaholm takes over 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. It is homecoming. We have the massed bands tonight. We have the middle school bands, the freshman band, and the Lake Orion Marching Band. And as you mentioned, on the sideline, we have cheerleaders from, I think, the entire Lake Orion School District. They are lined up from 10-yard line to 10-yard line.
Great to see. Great spirit here in this community.
Oh, boy. 1st and 10 for Seaholm. Mitchell on the keeper, flips back to number 21, Shoemaker. He gets maybe 5. Yeah, they're giving him a gain of 5. And it'll be 2nd and 5. I'm sure since it's homecoming, we will have a 20-minute halftime tonight. Mitchell in trouble. Down he goes. Jordan Lewis on the sack. So that brings up 3rd down and 8. Loss of 3 on the play. And Lake Orion's going to take a timeout.
I think they're wanting to kind of preserve this clock and force Seaholm to do something on this play. Get the ball back and hopefully hold them, force a punt, and get the ball back in decent field position.
Absolutely.
There's great games going on all around the state here in week 9.
Harrison Clarkston tonight.
Yeah. Trying to see if I can update some scores as we work our way through the night.
Both those teams have qualified for the playoffs. And boy, what a job John Harrington has done. Became the all-time winningest coach. He's faced with a program that's going to go away after next year. And boy, you wouldn't know it by the way the Hawks have played this year. Seaholm trips to the right. Mitchell back, throws, incomplete. Threw it at the feet of Chase Mentag.
Yes, Dustin Sokolowski had it read all the way.
And
he was on Mentag's back. And Lake Orion did their job. You know, they called the timeout. They held them and forced Seaholm to punt.
Matt Freeman, is back close to midfield. 2:14 left in the second quarter. Does like a rugby style punt and takes a Seaholm bounce and is down at the Lake Orion 47-yard line, where the Dragons will take over with 2:03 left here in the second quarter.
Clarkston 14, Harrison 12 in the second quarter.
That game's being played at Clarkston tonight, I believe. So the Dragons take over 1st and 10. Dylan Frank comes back out. We have twins to the left. 2 tight ends in the game. Handoff around the right side to John Haggett. He's in the open. He's to the 10, down at the 3. A 44-yard run for John Haggett. and it'll be 1st and goal for the Dragons.
Boy, there was 3 guys in that play fake to Dylan Frank that went towards Frank, and Haggett comes around the end. And you know what Haggett can do once he gets in the open field. He's got that speed. Inside the 5, 1st and goal.
1st and 10. Frank's a running back. He gets the call. Busts it out to the right side. And he's down at the 1. John Haggett came off and his right shoulder was hanging a little lower than his left. Trainers are over looking at him. He may have just gotten a stinger. Yeah, he's up walking around now. That's probably, he probably just got stung a little bit. So 2nd down and goal inside the 1. Two wide receivers. Inside handoff to Manzo, and he's in for the touchdown. Cody Manzo, welcome back. So with 50.5 seconds left, Parker will attempt to make it a 21-point game. Ball is down, kick is up, kick is good. Lake Orion, 28. Birmingham Seaholm, 7. This is a good football game.
Impressive drives, for Lake Orion. They've been long, they've been big chunk plays, and primarily on the ground. And I talked at the outset about maybe seeing a little bit more offensive balance. There hasn't needed to. We haven't needed to. Just they've been running the ball well. Frank's running the ball well. Haggett's running the ball well. The offensive line is, again, like I've said multiple times tonight, is playing their tails off, and Seaholm doesn't have an answer right now defensively.
When you're up 21 points, you don't have to put the ball in the air. All you want to do right now is eat clock. Parker Blust has it teed up on the 40. Line drive kick into and out of the end zone. Seaholm will take over 1st and 10 on the 20. 50.5 seconds left. Looking around when the bands took the field before the game, they were lined up from 40-yard line around the end zone and out to the other 40-yard line. There's a lot of musical instruments out there tonight. So Seaholm comes out, 2 wide receivers, single back in the backfield, 2 wings. Mitchell remains in the pistol. He's been there all night long. Handoff up the middle. Taken by Mentag. He's brought down at the 30. That's enough for a 1st down. They'll stop the clock while they reset the chains. 40 seconds left here in the 1st half. Dragons will get the opening kickoff to start the 2nd half. Same setup. Mitchell flips back to Mentag, and he's dropped for no gain. Sam Kenny over to bring him down. It'll be 3rd down, but I don't think they're going to get a playoff. We're running off the last 10 seconds of the half. That's the end of the 1st half. Your score, the Lake Orion Dragons 28, the Birmingham Seaholm Maples 7. It's halftime. You're watching exclusive coverage of Lake Orion Dragon football here on Orion Neighborhood Television.
ONTV's sports coverage is underwritten by Molossus Palace Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Molossus Palace has been serving Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1960s. Give them a call at 248-393-2222 for more information. Jets Pizza, with 2 convenient locations in the Orion area. Jets Pizza has been a proud supporter of ONTV since 2009. Classic Lanes, your home for family fun and entertainment in Rochester Hills. Their 32-lane facility offers state-of-the-art bowling equipment for both league and recreational bowlers. Check them out at myclassiclanes.com. And by Lakes Community Credit Union. The not-for-profit institution has been providing financial services to the Oakland County area since 1937. Give them a call at 248-814-4003 for more information.
Halftime is sponsored by Molossus Palace Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 3800 South Lapeer Road in Lake Orion. Molossus Palace has been serving Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1960s.
As they've worked diligently throughout the week to put on events and activities. And as we prepare tonight for our show for the Lake Orion community to crown our 2017 King and Queen, we want to make sure you know that tonight's event is student-run, student-produced, and student-directed by a team of kids from the leadership class. welcome to the field tonight the representatives of the class of 2021, Eloise Emery, daughter of Corey and Jason Emery, and Ethan Hodge, son of Jenny and Eric Hodge. Tonight's freshman representatives, Ethan and Eloise, are representing the class of 2021. Eloise is a member of the golf team and hopes to attend in her future Hope College. Ethan participates in sports including basketball and baseball and hopes eventually to attend Ohio State University. Again, freshman court reps, Ethan Hodge and Eloise Emery. Representing the sophomore class of 2020, Alexis Koski, the daughter of Leanne and Kevin McCullum, and Griffin Dolan, the son of Colleen and Scott Dolan. Alexis is involved in softball, powerlifting, and eventually she hopes to attend Oakland University. Griffin participates in football, wrestling, and track, and would like to go to college and continue wrestling at the next level. Again, Alexis and Griffin are sophomore representatives. The class of 2019, the juniors. Please welcome our junior representatives, Piper Guest and Nick Wise. Piper is the daughter of Jennifer and Robert Guest, and Nick is the son of Patty and Ken Wise. Piper is involved in science, National Honor Society, plans to attend NMU and study chemistry. Nick likes to snowboard and runs his own photography business. He hopes to go to NMU as well and pursue a career in photography. Again, our junior representatives, Parker and Nick. And now to welcome to the field our senior court representatives, voted on by the class of 2018. Our first representatives are Sierra Advident and Matt Martacci. Sierra is the daughter of Paul and Angela. She participates in marching band, National Honor Society, cultural outreach. Sierra plans to go to a university, but is not sure quite yet where she wants to go. Matt is the son of Amy Martacci, participates in our theater program, cultural outreach, National Honor Society. Matt works at our local Ace Hardware and hopes to attend Grand Valley State University in the fall. Again, our first couple, Matt and Sierra. Our second representatives are Haley Paulson and Brendan Rainey. Haley is the daughter of Kathy and Carl Paulson. She plays soccer, coaches recreational gymnastics, and is a member of the National Honor Society. For Haley's future, she'd like to attend the University of Michigan and major in kinesiology. She would like to become a physical therapist. Brennan is the son of Michael and Leanne Rainey. Brennan's a varsity soccer player, plays hockey, runs track, and plays golf. He's not sure where he wants to go to school yet, but he'd like to major in physical therapy, and he'd like to raise a family who will be proud Dragons too. Our third representative tonight is Isabella Tartoni and Noah Smith. Isabella is the daughter of Lori and Ken Tartoni. She's captain of the powerlifting team and is undecided on her major, but would like to attend either Grand Valley State or Oakland University. She enjoys the arts and would like to pursue that career in her future. Noah is the son of Ken and Darren Smith. Noah is the captain of the wrestling team. He'd like to attend MSU and get a master's degree in marketing. Eventually, he'd like to major in marketing and make a career out of it. Our third couple tonight, Isabella and Noah. Our fourth and final couple this evening is Lauren Crane and Chris Cade. Lauren is the daughter of Mark Crane and Sean Thomas, and Monica Navarro and Mark Benzia. Laura is part of the tennis team, the SOS, the Science National Honor Society, and flight school. She's hoping to attend Stanford and become an astrophysicist. Chris is the son of Mary Kate and Irv Cade. He is a varsity football player and wrestler at Lake Orion High School, hopes to attend OU and become a nurse anesthetist. As you look to the left at Dragon Stadium, you'll notice approaching in the car is the 2016 King and Queen. Here to give up their crowns to our new King and Queen this year, please welcome back to Dragon Stadium, Connor Schlitt and Gianna Rowland. Connor and Gianna have returned from their respective colleges back to LOHS this evening to grace us with their presence and crown this year's 2017 Homecoming King and Queen. Please welcome back Connor and Gianna. Connor and Gianna, you currently have the honors, and I would like you to please crown the 2017 King and Queen. Let's do the gentlemen first. Connor, will you please crown this year's Homecoming King, Matt Martacci. And Gianna, with the crown and sash in your hand, please crown this year's Homecoming Queen, Sierra Advident. Matt and Sierra, if you will take your place on the 50-yard line for pictures from family and friends, and then we ask that you begin your reign in the convertible as you take your turn around Dragon Stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause for our homecoming court, King and Queen of 2017. We thank this community again for all of their support in all of our endeavors. And again, we thank you for being a dragon. We all want to make sure you know we thank Mother Nature tonight as well, as this is our final game of the season and quite possibly the best weather. Again, thank you again, and congratulations to Matt and Sierra.
Halftime is sponsored by Malash's Palace, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, located at 3800 South Lapeer Road in Lake Orion. Malash's Palace has been serving Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1960s. It's halftime, just finishing up all the festivities, the crowning of the homecoming king and queen. And we've got a heck of a football game. 28-7, the Dragons lead the Birmingham Seaholm Maples. Chris, you got the halftime stats.
Yeah, 28-7 obviously, but 7-7 after the first half. Lake Orion started the scoring, 7:49 of the first quarter. Dylan Frank, a 1-yard run. Extra point was good. Seaholm answered. Less than a minute later, a 27-yard run by Nick Lang to make it 7-7. Then at 6:18 to go in the second quarter, Dylan Frank ran for 47 yards and a touchdown. Blust extra point made it 14-7. At 2:57 of the second quarter, Dylan Frank, 85 yards, untouched, one play, 85 yards. At 2:57 of the second quarter, make it 21-7. And then with 50 seconds to go, Kobe Manzo, a 1-yard run. Blust extra point makes it 28-7. A ton of offense for both sides. Lake Orion 261 yards to Seaholm's 200 yards. Lake Orion's done that in 19 plays as opposed to Seaholm's 34. Lake Orion's averaging 13.7 yards a play. Not a lot of passing. 4 of 9 for 31 yards for Seaholm, 2 of 3 for 21 for Lake Orion. 240 yards on the ground for Lake Orion. Individual statistics are as such. Blaze Lauer, 2 of 3 for 21. Joel Mitchell, 4 of 9 for 31 yards passing. Here's the rushing statistics. Dylan Frank, 12 carries, 183 yards, 15.3 yards. John Haggett, 1 carry for 50 yards. It's a pretty good average. For Seaholm, Max Shoemaker, 6 carries for 57 yards, 9.5 average. Number 34, Chase Mentag, 5 carries, 52 yards, so 10.4 yards a carry. So a lot of ground games have been good tonight. Let's put it that way. 28-7 Lake Orion, and that just, I think the momentum shifted. It was 7-7 after the first quarter, but Seaholm came out and drove inside Lake Orion's 5-yard line, and Lake Orion stopped them on 4th down. And Lake Orion turned the ball over the very next play. Seaholm got the ball back, and then Seaholm threw an interception on a 3rd down to Tyler Vestran. It's those two defensive stands by Lake Orion that I really think helped turn the momentum around, because in that second quarter, Lake Orion then puts 21 points on the board.
And I think here in the second half, you're going to see a healthy dose of the ground game. No, like we talked during halftime, there's no need to put the ball up in the air now. You've got a ground game that's outgaining them something, 2 to 3 to 1, and you can just keep it on the ground and grind out the clock.
They're effective. They're running the ball hard, and like I've been talking, it's the backs, it's the skilled players that get all the recognition. I'm telling you what, for the 15th time tonight, that front 5, that offensive line is doing a heck of a job, and that's the reason why they've rushed for 240 yards in the first half.
Yeah. And again, you can see the influence of Jason Larson on the line play. You saw it when he was here before, and yeah, they're just playing. Yeah, for all you know, this could be a league championship game the way they're playing today. Playing hard. So we start the second half. Still, the last 40 seconds is running off from halftime. I'm looking down on the field, and I do not see John Haggett. I'm sure he's probably down there. Oh yeah, he's back deep, because he came back off in the second quarter with what looked like a stinger. So the referee blows his whistle, and we're underway for the second half. Haggett takes it at the 3, up to the 10, 15, 20, 25, and down at the 30-yard line. The ball's loose. Seaholm's waving that they have it. And they're still waving, but I think it's going to be Lake Orion's ball. They're going to have a conference about it. The Seaholm coaches are next to us. They're screaming fumble. So let's see if they get this figured out. Have all 5 officials in there for the conference. And they call it Birmingham Seaholm ball. So Seaholm gets a huge break. And it'll start out 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Interesting.
Our third quarter of action is underwritten by Classic Lanes, your home for family fun and entertainment in Rochester Hills. And we'll finish it after this play. Mitchell still in the pistol. Double wide, double wing setup, single back in the backfield. Mitchell on the keeper. He gets down to the 23 and is stopped there. Continuing our read. Classic Lanes 32-lane facility offers state-of-the-art bowling equipment for both league and recreational bowlers. Check them out at myclassiclanes.com. 2nd down and 3 for Seaholm. And we are going to have encroachment against the Dragons. The defensive line bit on the motion man. And that'll give Seaholm a 1st down at the 19-yard line. The scoreboard for the second. Let's do the scoreboard read after this play. Mitchell takes the snap, hands off up the middle. Carried by number 34. I just called Chase Mentag. He got a gain of about 2. The scoreboard for this second half of the game is underwritten by Lakes Community Credit Union. The not-for-profit institution has been providing financial services to the Oakland County area since 1937. And the play is strung out and brought down out of bounds. And Nick Lang, who's been very active in the first half, is not getting up. To finish our read, Lakes Community Credit Union, give them a call at 248-814-4003. Nick Lang had the play strung out, and it looks like somebody fell on top of him. He's down over on the far sideline, so we have a stoppage in play while they tend to him. Let's take a look at the fumble on the kick return.
Daggett's got a nice seam. Gets to 30-yard line, and number 20. You can see the ball behind Haggett right there. Can't tell when it was popped out, when it was knocked out. Couldn't tell if it.
Well, he was well on the ground unless he was on top of somebody. Because usually when the knee's down.
You can see the ball. He's certainly down there.
So it's 3rd down and 5. Mitchell on the keeper. He's not going to get there. The Dragon defense comes up again. Jordan Lewis. And Mitchell's slow getting up. So 4th down and 7 from the 16-yard line. Let's see what Seaholm elects to do. Coach DeWalt's had to make a couple of these 4th down decisions tonight. And they're going to go for it. Boy, what another huge boost to the Dragon defense. Trips to the left, single wide out right. Mitchell back to throw, looks, throws, intercepted again.
Chris Cade.
Chris Cade coming up the left side is knocked out of bounds. And we got a flag down. Mitchell threw into triple coverage again, and Chris Cade picked it off. Let's check the flag. Pass interference against the Dragons. Oh my. That's going to be a...
Interesting where that flag is thrown, though.
Yeah, it's not thrown in the end zone.
And it's hard to see. I mean, it's at the 20-yard line. It's at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Usually it would have been pass interference in the end zone and the 5-yard line.
Look at it. It was thrown back here. Oh, you know what? It's not. That was. If we could, I don't know if we can go back to that replay. At the very. Look at how late this flag is thrown here. You can see, Cade's already had this. And the flag is thrown on the return. It can't be.
I could see it for a block in the back.
It can't be pass interference.
But the Dragons had the ball.
Okay.
It had to be a block in the back.
Okay, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
But he gave the pass interference sign.
Yes, he did.
So 1st and 10 for the Dragons from their own 9. Dylan Frank up the middle. He gets maybe to the 12 before he's brought down.
Good work in the truck on the shot and the replay. Well done.
Good work by Joe Johnson with the sideline camera too. Dylan kind of seemed to stumble a little bit as he was just getting his momentum going. So 2nd down and 6 for the Dragons. Ball spotted on the 13. Dylan Frank again up the middle. He's loose to midfield.
Nice job
and
down.
More. And he got away from 2 tackles. Touchdown, Lake Orion Dragons. Wow.
87 yards. Have a night, Dylan Frank.
Oh boy. Let's watch this again. Breaks 1 tackle. And once he gets that momentum going.
Good job by Pierce Burke to not hit somebody in the back.
And look at that. 2 of them tried to bring him down. He kept the legs moving. So we have another stoppage.
According to my numbers,
that was an 87-yard run.
Dylan Frank has 283 yards on the ground tonight.
Good night's work. Lauer will hold. Parker Blust on for the point after. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 8:16 left here in the 3rd. It's now 35-7. Lake Orion. Let's go down to Kevin McCormick.
Yeah, guys, just a quick assessment of the first half. The offense obviously is clicking very well. You just saw that again with that 87-yard touchdown run by Dylan Frank. And the defense is doing extremely well with holding Seaholm to only 7 points. The coaches are very happy with the effort from the men down here right now, and obviously they're very happy with the result. So we'll see if they're able to keep that up as we go deeper into the second half and keep that offense ground game going and put some more points on the board. Back up to you.
Thanks, Kevin.
You know, it's probably not a consideration, but I'm looking at the stats and coming into the season. Dylan Frank had 673 yards coming into tonight's game. He's got 283 yards tonight. He's at 956 for the year. We always talk about a running back wanting to get 1,000 yards in a season. He needs 44 more yards.
Parker Blust kicks it off. High end over end kick comes down on the 2. Taken out to the 20 and down to the 24-yard line by number 21, Mark Shoemaker. And in case you're wondering, the single game record for rushing for Lake Orion is held by Dennis Mahan. He had 386 yards against Rochester Adams back in I believe it was 1994. So 1st and 10 for Seaholm from the 24-yard line. Trips to the right, single wide out left. Mitchell on the keeper, flips back. Number 21, Shoemaker, is brought down with a shoestring tackle by Parker Edmonds.
That's the thing that Seaholm's, certainly defensively they're struggling, but this offense that they run, while we saw some big plays in that first quarter, it's not really conducive to coming back, if you will, and being down 4 scores. They don't put the ball in the air a lot. They don't have a lot of confidence, even though Mitchell comes into the game, 63% completion percentage. It's just not an offense that's conducive to coming back.
Mitchell went to hand the ball off and was met by Jordan Lewis, who dropped him.
Tell you what, we talked about Jordan Lewis a lot this year, 6'2", 305, but he has really stepped up his game over the course of the year. You can see the progression, you can see the development, you can see the understanding and the knowledge of the game right in front of us, and that's really exciting to see.
And for a big man, he's quick.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the backfield before Mitchell ever got turned around. So now it's 3rd down and 9 for the Maples. Mitchell readjusting his receivers. Motion back this way. And Jordan Lewis hits Mitchell again.
Wow.
And Mitchell's slow to get up. So that'll be 4th down and 12 from the 23. That drive netted -2 yards. Mentag is into punt. Matt Freeman back deep for the Dragons. A fake again, and he's going to have a 1st down and a lot more. And again, the Dragons peeled back to set up a return. Nobody watched the punter, and he was able to get through for a 1st down.
Yeah, and that's the way Seaholm runs their punt team already. They roll them out on that little half rollout for a punter, and they decide that there's nobody in front. They've got 3 blockers, Seaholm guys, and he's yelling, go, 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 green grass, and there's not one Lake Orion defender that recognizes it until he's already at the 35 past the 1st down marker.
So 1st and 10 for Seaholm. Mitchell back to throw, looking, gets pressure, throws incomplete, intended for Nick Lang.
That's 2 fake punts they've been able to convert.
Yeah.
Simply running with their punter.
And what's the first thing that happens when a punt return team goes on the field? Somebody yells, watch the fake. So it'll be 2nd and 10 That's communication among the members of that punt return team. Trips left, single back in the backfield. Mitchell pitches back to Shoemaker. He gets about 5. And it'll be 3rd down and 5. So really, this is a big play for Seaholm. If they want, they caught a break on the fake punt. If they want to keep their drive alive, they've got to convert.
You're down 4 scores. You probably think even they've converted 2 fake punts, but you might want to consider it's 4 down territory from here on out. Again, like we said earlier, what do you got to lose? It's week 9, and throw everything out there.
Double wide, double slot look for the Maples. Motion away.
Double pass.
Double pass coming up. Got by number 3, and it's knocked down. Who is that back there on the coverage?
Chris Cade. Chris Cade's helping him up.
I think it was Chad Dolland on the coverage. Broke up the pass. So now it'll be 4th down. Shoemaker's again in punt formation. And I'm sure Coach Blackstock had some words with his punt return team. High snap. Line drive kick. Hits on the 10, takes a Seaholm bounce down to the 5, down to the 4, where the Dragons will take over 1st and 10. Here's that 3rd down pass again.
Mitchell just throws the ball on the swing route to the motion man.
That was Sita Puretti.
Yep, Chad Dolan in on the play.
Good job by Chad to knock it down. So 1st and 10 for the Dragons from their 4. Dylan Frank up the middle, and he's stuffed at the 5. And we have a late flag come in. Thrown by the head linesman. 2 flags are on the ground. So let's check the flags out. We may have had a little bit of extracurriculars after the play. So we'll check the flags. I saw the head linesman throw one. It looks like the referee also threw a flag. Having quite a talk with let's see what the call is. Dead ball, personal foul against Seaholm, and we have an ejection. One of the Seaholm players has been ejected from the game, so it'll be a 15-yard penalty and a 1st down for the Dragons. And I don't know who the party that has been ejected is. So 1st and 10 for the Dragons from the 20. Twins to the left, toss back to Dylan Frank. Cuts it upfield, and he's hit about the 23. I'm sorry, that was Tyler Vestrand on the carry. Let's see if we can get a look at what happens at the end.
Yep.
Yep, it looks like it was on Vaughn Carmen, number 4. And yeah, right away the back judge is escorting him from the field. So 2nd down and 7. And Lake Orion's going to take a timeout. While we have a timeout, we will again remind you that this presentation is brought to you by the Lake Orion High School Dragon Broadcasting Program in partnership with Orion Neighborhood Television. Live streams of games will be available all season long at www.dragonbroadcasting.org. 50% of all proceeds go back into the award-winning video program here at Lake Orion High School. Orion Neighborhood Television thanks our student crews for their hard work and dedication bringing Dragon sports to the world, like the young lady working graphics next to us. Let's go down the sidelines to Kevin McCormick.
Yeah, guys, just an update on that 15-yard penalty. It was for number 4 on Seaholm, threw a couple of punches at a Lake Orion player, got caught by the refs. He, I believe, was ejected from the game, and the Dragons got a 15-yard penalty in our favor. So a good break for the Dragons so far. Back to you.
Thanks, Kev. First down. Blaze Lauer looks, going deep. Got a receiver. Caught. By Pierce Burke. And right about the time we are talking, saying, gee, the Dragons are up 28, there's no need to throw the ball, they cork a long pass off.
Nice play action fake to not only the up back, but also Haggett coming around. Plenty of time, nice protection. And Burke just got on top of the defender, number 28, Thomas Trotta, and nice big play for the Dragons. You know, going back to that unsportsmanlike and the ejection by number 4, Vaughn Carmen. You can't get too high. You can't get too low. I know they're frustrated that they're down by 28 scores, but think about it. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to try to throw 2 punches to a guy who's wearing a face mask. I mean, so you not only have you hurt your football team, but you probably hurt yourself in the interims. Just think, guys, think.
Early when someone starts playing football, the first thing you want to do if there's a fight is take their helmet off. But later on, you leave your helmet on. And the problem is yes, he's ejected for the rest of this game. But no matter what sport he does, if he does basketball, he's ejected or suspended from the first game for basketball. Dylan Frank on the carry, up near the 31. They're going to call him down at the 32. It'll be 2nd down. And you think, well, it's the last game of the season, but these ejections have ramifications that carry over into the next sport that you might want to play. So 2nd and 6 it's marked at. Blaze rolling right, looks, throws, complete. Is that Cody Manzo?
Yep.
Kobe Manzo. Touchdown Lake Orion Dragons. Everybody was looking at Dylan Frank, and Kobe just kind of snuck out on the flat.
That's been there all night, too. The times they've run it, not only was Kobe Manzo open, but Stronach was open as well, coming across from the backside tight end spot. Nice.
Good job breaking a tackle to get him into the end zone. Parker Vlust on for the point after. Ball's down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 147 left here in the 3rd. Dragons up 35. And because we have a 35 point differential after the kickoff. We will start into a point differential rule, which means we will have a running clock. The only time that the clock will stop is for timeouts, injuries, penalties, and scores. So if the ball's run out of bounds, the clock will keep running. It is stopped now, and once the ball is put in play, the clock will not stop except for those instances. Parker puts a foot into it, end over end kick into and out of the end zone. Seaholm will take over 1st and 10 at the 20.
Well, there was a team down at another level of football by 35 last week.
And kept coming back.
And kept working and kept working and kept working. You know, I'm not saying, I'm certainly not comparing that team to the team I'm talking about, the NFL level, and certainly they didn't end up winning. But the point is that, you know, you don't stop until there's 3 zeros on that clock, and you keep working, you keep hard, you keep grinding, you keep persevering. All those things these are the life lessons that this game of football teaches. And yeah, it doesn't look good for the Maples, but you got to keep working.
Mitchell tosses back. Coming around the right side, the left side, is Shoemaker. And Chris, I keep going back to relating back to pregame when we talked about there is a huge pride factor in this game. You know, your seniors want to go out with a win. The program wants to go out with a win. So 2nd down and 7 for Seaholm, under 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Handoff up the middle. Running room made up to, who was that? That was 34. That was Mentag on the run. It'll be 3rd down and 2 from the 28-yard line. And I don't think they're going to get this play off. We're in the last 10 seconds of the quarter. So we played 3. The Lake Orion Dragons 42, the Birmingham Seaholm Maples 7. Again, our 3rd quarter of action is underwritten by Classic Lanes, your home for family fun and entertainment in Rochester Hills. Their 32-lane facility offers state-of-the-art bowling equipment for both league and recreational bowlers. Check them out at myclassiclanes.com. And the scoreboard for the second half is underwritten by Lakes Community Credit Union. The not-for-profit institution has been providing financial services to the Oakland County area since 1937. Give them a call at 248-814-4003. I was just at Lakes Community Credit Union today. They were giving out cider and donuts today.
Ooh, it's that time, isn't it?
It's that time. So we have a 3rd down and 2 for the Maples from their own 28-yard line. And of course, as soon as the ball was marked ready for play, the clock started. Oh, good hit up the middle.
Okay. Lagerquist.
Who got the ball?
It's Kinney. Kinney, Lagerquist, Vestrand, Lewis.
A whole bunch of green smothered white. So that brings up another 4th down for Seaholm. 4th and 1 from the 29, and it's 4th and a long one. Seaholm comes out, trips to the right, single wide out left. Single back in the backfield. Mitchell takes a snap, flips back, down short of the first down to Schumacher. Nope, that was number 5, Nick Lang. He had trouble with the toss back and just couldn't get his momentum going. So Seaholm turns the ball over on downs deep in their territory. The Dragons will take over 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line.
You know, early on, Seaholm had success running that option, and Lake Orion's really made some nice adjustments from really from that second quarter on. Stop and dive, stopping the quarterback, stopping the pitch man, and they've really done well containing that scheme by Seaholm.
So Dragons 1st and 10. 2 wideouts, I formation in the backfield. Handoff around the right side. I want to say it was Pierce Burke. Oh, 89, Sam Gaylord on the carry. And now that you're under a running clock, you'll probably see a lot of the seniors get in. It's always nice if you have a big lead at homecoming that everybody tries to play. So 2nd down and 10. Gaylord stopped for no gain.
Nice little trap play.
I think we're going to have a motion call. Procedure call against Lake Orion. Somebody just got a little anxious.
It was there too. The hole was there.
So that'll back them up 5. It'll make it 2nd down and 15 with the ball marked on the 30 with 8:50 left to go in the game. Dragons break the huddle. Twins left. Now shift to a wideout each side. I formation in the backfield.
Face mask.
Dylan Frank up the middle and goes nowhere.
There's a face mask and flag on the far side of the field.
Yeah,
sure looked like it from up here.
We'll check the call. It was thrown by the head linesman. And face mask on Seaholm. So that'll be a 1st down.
Boy.
It's a 15-yard face mask. So that'll move the ball down to the 12-yard line, 13-yard line. It'll be a 1st down for the Dragons. And with the penalty, the clock stops and restarts again. Handoff up the middle. Dropped in the backfield was trying to see who had the ball. Kobe Manzo on the run. Good penetration by the Seaholm defensive line.
Yeah, Carter
caught him for a 2-yard loss.
Carter Stagner is the one, number 58, who made the play. He's committed to Eastern Michigan to play next season.
So now the Dragons come out twins to the right. Single back in the backfield, 2 tight ends. Handoff trapped again for a loss. That was Dan Delatorio on the carry. And another face mask. Holy
Yep.
cow.
That was clearly
Yeah.
the call. Daniel Harwood got his hand in there.
Yeah. That was the penalty of play earlier. So now it's 3rd down and 13 for the Dragons. Twins to the right. Toss back, coming around left side, and is not going to make it. Jack DeBrinket on the carry, number 27. So now it's 4th and 13. And let's see what the Dragons do with a 4th down. Parker Blust is out to try a 33-yard field goal. Hold is down, kick is up, long enough, and it's good. 5:59 left in the game. Dragons now lead 45-7.
How consistent has he been over his career, huh?
You know, I was just thinking every couple of years you see some players come in, be them a running back, a wide receiver, a quarterback, a defensive lineman, and every now and then you see a kicker come in and just makes his mark on the program. We saw it a lot with players like Mike Crawford. More recently, Dylan Van Fossen, who was a 3-year kicker. And Parker's certainly done his job and made his mark on this program. Spoken from an old coach with pride.
That's right, you did a few years of kicking.
Did a few
special
years.
teams, huh?
Did a few years. Yeah.
You miss it?
Yes, at times I do. And I have come in a couple times during camp and spent some time with the kickers during one or two practices, just to square away mechanics. Mm-hmm. And then I'm content to sit up here and watch and be a fan. Parker puts a foot in it, end over end kick out of the end zone. Seaholm will start out 1st and 10 at the 20, and the clock starts with 5:55 left to go in the game.
So as we wind down the 2017 season, you think about the seniors, you think about all the blood, sweat, and tears, and the heartaches. Whether they won or lost, that's not the point. The point is all the friendships, all the relationships, all the coaches that they've worked for and played for over the course of their 4 years of playing here at Lake Orion football. There's something special about being here in Lake Orion playing football, and I hope to goodness that the seniors particularly remember their time here and the friendships and the relationships that this game brings people together around.
Absolutely. Mitchell completes it out to Nick Lang for a long gain. Yeah, no matter how old these players get, they will always recognize their teammates. They'll always be glad to see them, and there will always be stories told.
You talk about it at reunions. You remember this game, remember that game, remember this play. I mean, it just,
I had my reunion this year, and there was a lot of stories told. Toss back, number 20, trapped behind the line of scrimmage. That's Scott Simon.
I'm reading a tweet as we're looking. I'm looking for scores, but it's a tweet that from a high school kid that was a senior last year. To every kid who will play their last down of high school football tonight, soak it all in. You'll always remember how you felt tonight.
Absolutely.
Special times here.
Yep. Yeah, and we would tell the players from the first day of camp, you're going to remember your senior year for the rest of your life. So 2nd down and 14 for Seaholm. Mitchell looking, throwing, and incomplete. He had pressure in his face and had to get rid of it, threw off his back foot and could not get everything he wanted on his throw. So now it's 3rd down and 14. The ball's marked at midfield. And it's always special, and I know it won't happen this year, but you talk to any of the players that were on any of the championship, just the division championships, you know, it's always a special gathering. Trips to the right, Mitchell back, getting pressure. Throws, incomplete, and it's late in the game with a running clock, but what was it, number 36, John Balian, was getting in at Mitchell and was mugged by one of the offensive linemen right in front of the referee, but in a 45-7 game, you'll let some of that stuff go. So 4th and 14 for the Maples, 2:20 left in the game. Dragons making changes on defense. Trips right, single wide out left, single back in the backfield. Low snap, Mitchell has it. Rolling, getting chased, lets the ball go. It's incomplete. It was 4th down anyhow, so it doesn't make any difference. So we'll change sides. The clock continues to run. We're under 2 minutes left to go in the game. Dragons up 45-7 in what has been a very domineering performance by the green and white.
38 straight points scored by the Dragons.
So the Dragons come out on offense, and they have Jordan Lewis playing fullback. Kevin McCormick Jr. is at quarterback. And Jordan Lewis made a block. He was down to the 40-yard line. He was 10 yards downfield. Come on, hand Jordan the ball.
You know he's gone for it on the sideline or in the huddle.
Wholesale changes by the Dragons on offense. Kevin McCormick, the son of our sideline reporter, under center. Now Jordan Lewis is at tailback. And Jordan gets the ball. Gets about 2. It'll be 3rd down. Wholesale changes coming up. Under 15 seconds left in the game. This one's going to be in the books. The Dragons won't even snap it. Homecoming 2017 is in the books. The Dragons beat the the Birmingham Seaholm Maples 45-7. You're watching exclusive coverage of Lake Orion Dragon football here on Orion Neighborhood Television. We'll be right back.
ONTV's sports coverage is underwritten by Malash's Palace Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Malash's Palace has been serving Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1960s. Give them a call at 248-393-2222 for more information. Jet's Pizza, with 2 convenient locations in the Orion area. Jet's Pizza has been a proud supporter of ONTV since 2009. Classic Lanes, your home for family fun and entertainment in Rochester Hills. Their 32-lane facility offers state-of-the-art bowling equipment for both league and recreational bowlers. Check them out at myclassiclanes.com. and by Lakes Community Credit Union. The not-for-profit institution has been providing financial services to the Oakland County area since 1937. Give them a call at 248-814-4003 for more information.
Down on the field after a dominating 45-7 win by the Dragons over the Birmingham Seaholm Maples. And Chris, you couldn't ask for anything more. It was homecoming. The Dragons dominated on the field. The seniors go away with the win. We talked about it in pregame. These are the things that these seniors are going to take away from the game and what the juniors are going to build on for next year.
Yeah, happy homecoming, first of all, to everybody. And you know, it was a dominating performance from that second quarter on. They just 38 straight points. Obviously, Dylan Frank and that offensive line were making massive holes. 85-yard touchdown run, 87-yard touchdown run. The defense stepped up and figured out that option game that Seaholm runs. You know, and special teams did some nice things. They had a couple setbacks on the two fake punts that Seaholm had, but when it was all said and done, it really wasn't a factor in the game. They stepped up when they needed to defensively. They had the two stops inside the 5-yard line, the fourth down stop, and then the interception by Tyler Vestrand. So something that certainly the seniors are going to remember and be proud of. The coaching staff, I know, it's been a trying season for them, coming out now 3-6, but something that I know this program as a whole can build on.
Yeah, after the 0-3 start, the Dragons, as we talked about in pregame, made it a 500 second half of the season when it looked like they were really down and out. And you just cannot say enough about the performance of the defense tonight. Stuffing the runs, 4 or 5 holds on fourth down. It was a team effort, but boy, that defense really came up tall tonight.
Yeah, the interceptions, the stops on fourth down, I mean, you name it. There was guys making plays, and it's just fun to watch because that's the Lake Orion that we all grew up, football that we all grew up watching. And you know, there's ebbs and flows of every football game. There's ebbs and flows of every football season. There's ebbs and flows of every couple years. You know, the programs go up and down, and hopefully this is just a culmination of what's to come for Lake Orion football.
And as we say goodbye to a great senior class, players, you know, Dylan Frank and company, we look to see that this team really has a good foundation for next year and the year after. You've got a sophomore quarterback. You've got a lot of underclassmen that got a lot of playing time this year. And it's a pretty bright future for this program going into 2018.
Not only at this level, but the younger levels as well, the freshman squads, the JV squads, and the things that they've been able to do over the course of this year, and the numbers at all levels are good too. And you know, a lot of schools around the OAA Red, OAA White, really around football and in general, the numbers aren't as such, but not here in Lake Orion. The numbers are there, and that's exciting for the long-term future of Lake Orion football.
Do you see football making a comeback, that the numbers will start coming up? You know, you're involved with it with the youth programs. You know, your numbers have been good for last summer. Do you think you're going to see a number start coming up?
You know what, I do, and here's why. Because as the powers that be in the game of football are doing more and more each and every day, each and every year, to make this game a better and safer game. It's a matter of trying to educate as many people possible in and around this game, best practices in terms of how to teach tackling, how to teach blocking, understanding the player health and safety side of things first and foremost, understanding concussion awareness, understanding heat and hydration. All those things combined factor into kids coming out and playing. And when it's all said and done too, the character side of the game is so vital to this game, and this game can teach so many neat things that kids can learn that they can take to everyday lives. And so I do see in that trend that has been going down reversing.
We'll bring Coach Blackstock in now. Congratulations, Coach.
Congratulations. Well
Thank
done.
Boy, you sure gave a good show on homecoming.
Well, yeah, and that was part of the plan. We talked about that Sunday night, that this game is important for a lot of reasons. Number one, it's homecoming, and that's important. Number two, to honor the community that continues to support us through a tough season, and most importantly, to send our seniors out on a great note, because of what they've put in over their 4 years, and especially this year.
I was going to talk about the game, but you kind of made me think about your seniors. Talk about your seniors. Talk about that class. You've talked all year long about how hard they practice, how hard they come to play, and they've got that mentality that never gives up. It's led by your senior class.
Yeah. I mean, it started with the senior class, and it's not a season that any of us envisioned of being 3-6, and it's not the way we wanted it to go or ever thought it would go, but man, it's just incredible how they came to practice every day and battled and competed, and you saw it on the field every Friday night. They don't understand or know the word quit. They love playing the game of football. They love being with each other and playing with each other, and it's hard to put into words unless you were really out there every day, with them.
As much as you are going to remember this senior class and take them with you, talk about your juniors, your sophomores, and what you see coming up for 2018.
Yeah, the underclassmen got a real lesson in how fine a line it is between winning and losing in the OAA Red. And the senior class was tough and competitive, but we also learned that, it takes more than that. It also takes being focused and executing on every play. And in this league, in this division, 1 or 2 plays makes the difference between the win and the loss. So they got a real education in that. We're excited about the young group. The freshman team did really well. We split them up a couple weeks, into 2 different teams and went and played other people. So kids got a lot of playing. The JV team had a great year at 7-2. And played some great games and have some really good players coming up. And our juniors got a great experience this year in terms of some playing time and learning from a really tough senior class. We've got work to do for sure, but we're excited about, the young guys that are coming.
Coach, your inaugural season's in the books. It gets easier from here on out, so they say.
Well, I hope so.
And thanks for your time this year. We really appreciate it.
Thank you to you guys, and thanks to, we kept talking about it every week, on Sunday night when we'd come in to watch film of like, guys, did you recognize the crowd that was there? Even on the road, the student section, the pep band. I think it's pretty miraculous for going into this game 2-6 and the crowds that came and continued to support this team. And it just speaks volumes about our community, but I think it also speaks volumes about they knew that this team wasn't going to quit, and they always had a chance.
Thanks for the time, Mr. John.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, John.
Guys.
So from the field, this is our last telecast of the year. We cannot go away quietly without giving some thanks to a lot of people. First off, my partner, Chris Frisching. Thanks for another great year. And we have to give a hail and farewell to our producer-director, John Atwater. He's moving on from ONTV, moving on with his career to bigger and greater things. John, thank you for your work. Thank you for the voice of reason in our ears. We couldn't have made it easy without you. Our entire ONTV staff, head coach John Blackstock, athletic director Chris Bell, they all played a part this season, and we thank them for their accessibility and for their help during 2017. With that, for my broadcast partner, Chris Frisching, our sideline cameraman, Joe Johnson, I'm Doug Corliss, and
goodbye, everyone.
Good night, everyone.